Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I am back with round 23, part 3, reviewing the last three submissions I received from a couple of users. So I know I said in the first part a lot of promotional stuff, a lot of Japanese stuff that came in for this particular round. There's a lot of it here, so I'm going to go ahead and go over these cards real quick. We'll start with this stack on the right hand side here. These are from DZ PS3. Sent a number of different cards off. Again, I had mentioned before that this was a very popular Battle Fiesta Pikachu promo that we were going to see, so he sent not one, but two of these. Both of them came back as Gem Mint 10s. A lot going on with those cards. The Mega Gengar, Lucario in the background, Pikachu of course. So a whole lot going on there. Also see Battle Fiesta Absol EX, as well as a Battle Fiesta Mega Absol. So several of those. All of those came back Gem Mint 10, so that's awesome. Moving to a Latios Gold Star. Very simple artwork. Nice sheen and color to it. Pikachu's Birthday, White Star, 2nd Anniversary promo, Gem Mint 10. Very popular card for collectors. Notice in the upper left-hand corner it'll actually say, if I can get in close enough, I don't know if it will or not. There we go. The 2nd Anniversary version. So that's pretty cool. Next, Korokoro Mew came in as a Mint 9. Very popular card again. Generally sought after by collectors. Going into full arts yet again, we have Charizard EX. This one came back as Mint 9. These were definitely popular months and months ago, and I'm still seeing them, I should say. These are 15th anniversary promos. The Pikachu full art. This one came in as a Gem Mint 10. And the full art Primal Groudon, really cool, Gem Mint 10. Very nice, like the artwork quite a bit. Next up we'll do a stack right here. This is from a user named Cybertron. He sent in a set or a series of cards at the very least. Actually not all that familiar with. These are designer contests. They're listed as promotionals, but from what I understand, these are actually not only very expensive, but they're definitely sought after cards. So these are pretty cool. We'll start with the first one here. Pretty much all of these feature either Arceus or Pichu. So you'll see a very common theme here. And you'll notice the artwork, the center of the artwork will always be the same. Or at least in a lot of cases they'll be very similar to the same, as they kind of run with the same theme. And then I guess part of the design contest was to kind of draw and color around it a little bit, so that's what you'll see with a lot of these designs. So this is the 4th grade winner, the 5th grade winner. These are both Gem Mint 10s, by the way. Like how this guy decided to do Faces of Arceus. The 6th grade winner. I like this one quite a bit. Really look at that background, kind of shimmers and sparkles quite a bit. That's very good artwork for somebody who's in 6th grade. That one came in as Near Mint 8. 3rd grade winner. Got Arceus on Surfboard. I like how it's the fire type version surfing. I think that's pretty cool. That's unique. Instead of going with a water type, we went the fire route. Korokoro Ichiban promo. A little water, earth, fire kind of theme going on. Arceus. This one I thought was really cool. Kind of runs in a little bit with traditional Japanese artwork, or at least an older style of Japanese artwork. Show and Sunday magazine promo. I get it nice and close here. We can see that background with some flowers. Get my camera to focus a little better here. Got all kinds of flowers and clouds and just beautiful shading on the Arceus itself. I mean, really rather nicely done. Near mint 8 on the card. Design contest. Coral winner. Gem mint 10. Features Pichu and Pikachu. It's very unique. I like how they did, I believe that's Arceus. Did Arceus right there on the right hand side. So there's a lot going on with that particular card. These are very popular as well. The spiky-eared Pichu. There are several designer contest versions of this as well that came through. This one's a Gem Mint 10. Kindergarten winner. There's your artwork for you. That one's in as a Mint 9. Moving to the Pokemon fan winner. I really like the artwork here with Cresselia in the background. Very beautiful, lots of artwork. That's very cool. Then this next card coming up, I believe, was also sent by Super Duper Tutorials. The Puchigami winner, Mint 9. Very nice card. Didn't know it was part of a larger set. I thought it was a standalone actually when I first got it. So it's kind of cool to see it again. Second grade winner, Gem Mint 10, featuring Pichu. And last one here, first grade winner, spiky-eared Pichu again. Different unique artworks. It's nice to see so much variation, especially from what is mostly children, or at least I'm assuming are children. Very well done. Very cool stuff. So it's interesting to see potential artists of the future, if you will. Interesting bit about this, I think this is a nearly complete set, or it is a complete set. I actually don't know very much about the designer contest series, but I do know they are, 1, expensive, and 2, they are highly collectible. So generally when it's expensive, it is collectible. So these are cards that are in demand more or less. So glad to see he had somebody come back with so many high grades. So that's awesome news for him. Alright, that leaves me with one last stack. This stack is from Gold Star, a guy who's been sending with me, gosh, for forever now. So he always sends good stuff. He always has good stuff. So I can't wait to go ahead and show you what he got as well. This whole stack actually isn't strictly PSA round. He actually had a couple of reholders. It's these last two on the bottom here. I'll show you those two last. Put those off to the side. So quick mention what reholder is for the handful of you who don't know. Reholder is something PSA offers. You can send them cards and they will reholder a card for you if it's particularly scratched or you just don't like the holder, say it's smudged. The old style holders, they'll upgrade you to the new thicker slabs, which is nice. They don't change the label, however. I'll show you that in a little bit, but everything else they change about it, which is pretty cool. I run a service kind of parallel to grading for that. It's not any cheaper than what PSA would charge you, though. That's the only difference. However, if you don't want to deal with PSA directly and you just want to deal with somebody who you know is trusted and you know they know how to like deal with the paperwork and all that stuff that's involved with PSA, that's kind of what I do. I kind of just work as a middleman on that. I charge like $1 more than what PSA would, so it's one of those things to consider if you just don't want the headache of PSA and you just want somebody else to do the work for you. That is something that I do. So for anybody who's interested in a reholder, I do that as well. Okay, moving on. Let's get to the last of this particular round. First things first, we'll look at Charizard from Legendary Collection. You'll notice there's no holographic background. Despite being a rare card, a number of these that came out of Legendary Collection were not holographic. Matter of fact, Legendary Collection had a completely different setup in its entirety as far as to how they did their holographics. So I'll be reviewing that in a little bit. This I thought was cool. This is the Dark Raichu from, if you look at the label, actually, they have it marked as Legendary Collection Theme Deck. I didn't realize this was part of the A theme deck, but apparently it is, or PSA mislabeled it, one of the two. There's the Dark Raichu that came from the Team Rocket set. I believe the 4th set ever printed, but this was reprinted, obviously. No holographic background. And here we go with the change in holographic setups. These are very psychedelic, and they just kind of they really are eye-popping cards. They're basically like reverse foils or reverse rares we get today, except there's just so much shimmer to them. It's kind of hard to showcase them directly on camera because there's just so much going on with them. But this is what they look like. You can just barely make out the text, but because of how much light and gloss there is to the actual card itself. But basically, they worked as a reverse rare, and not all of the cards were rare or holographic cards originally. This one just happens to be a Gem Mint 10, but some of them were just common cards from Legendary Collection. So we have Seal, who's just a common card in this particular set, but he gets the same kind of reverse hollow background. I actually don't know too much about Legendary Collection, despite it being one of the first couple of sets that Wizards printed, but I do know it was a set that was very unique in the way that they did their holographics. Finishing up here, we'll look at Black Star Promo Charizard. Came in as a Mint 9. And this last one here, his last PSA 10 was Dialga EX from Phantom Forces. So there's the half art version. Very nice card. Very, very cool. And finally, the reholders. Show those real quick. This one's always a fan favorite, always. This is just the standard Charizard from base set. You'd still see the shadowed border on the side here. Fun fact, they don't change the labels out when they change the actual holder itself. So you'll notice the number, the ID number in the upper right hand corner is radically different from, say, the last card we had graded here by, like, you know, several million. That's pretty impressive when you think about how many things PSA has graded. That's what those numbers represent, is, you know, the number item that was graded. So that's kind of cool. They keep the old labels on there. So yeah, that's a big one. And since I'm showing you that one, we might as well show you the holy grail of base set. Say first edition Gem Mint 10 Charizard. One of the very first printing runs of Charizard from base set. Highly sought after card. I forget what they go for at auction these days, but they still bounce around between 4,000 and 5,000 if I'm not mistaken. Generally closer to the $5,000 range. But yeah, this is pretty fantastic. I'm happy to see Charizard yet again. I've seen him a few times now. I know a couple of you noticed I've actually had this guy in the background of a few videos now. Obviously, not my card. This belongs to Gold Star, but always happy to see first edition Charizard come through. Unfortunately, I have not had the privilege to buy anything PSA graded in a while, but maybe one day we'll see this guy again, and it'll be a permanent part of the collection. That will be phenomenal. But that kind of wraps it up for this particular round. Go ahead and say now, guys, I do PSA grading year-round. If you guys are interested, I collect cards, submit them to PSA, and then return ship them to you. If you're interested in having your cards encapsulated, graded, preserved forever, please do get in touch with me. I can help you, and if I can't help you, I could probably point you to somebody that can. Need cards by the 25th of every month, as that's when my cutoff times are. But aside from that, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this particular round. Really happy to be back doing PSA rounds, and I'll have more uploads again in the future very soon. Thanks for watching.